Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Arizona Cardinals.
Double tight, double tight.
Don't go.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
You got double tight, double tight. You got three down.
They'll run again with Blount. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Wentz finding his new weapon, Jeffrey, for an Eagle first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, 2010, his rookie year, and 18 touchdowns in the regular season, and no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy.
Here we go.
Three down.
And they'll go Wentz to Blount here. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Middle.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Tight right. Hey, 4 down.
On 2nd down, Palmer. Over the middle here to Brown. Palmer to Brown, and the Cardinals move the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
12 yards there as they move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Double tight, double tight. Double tight.
Let go.
We got 4.
On the ground, this is Williams. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 5.
I got him. Let go.
58, the ball.
Out of the gun, Palmer. Showing the strength, Fitzgerald. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards on the play.
I know one adage that actually held up last year. Age is just a number. And I'm talking about Larry Fitzgerald. 33 years old, led the NFL in receptions with 107.
3rd oldest guy to lead the NFL in receptions. 2 guys did it at age 34, Jerry Rice and MacArthur Lane. Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Again, it's Williams, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Push him back.
Let go. White 90.
From the gun, it's Palmer. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive. Going to plan so far. Williams. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Double tight, double tight. Everyone's got 4 down.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Single. Watch 84.
On 3rd down, Palmer. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. And we'll see what the decision is here as they've got a 4th and 1 coming up. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Corey Peters breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number. Led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had or the scheme or both or what?
It's always the dudes first, but their scheme, attacking, pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
I got 86.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Larry. Let's heat it up. Here we go. 120.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Jerry.
Now Palmer on 1st down. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Off the play fake. Here's Palmer. Caught right side, Gresham. And that one results in 35 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Two times.
Palmer now. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Larry Fitzgerald from a yard out. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
First and goal, forget running the football, forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think first and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Hey, here we go, here we go. 180!
The drive starts with a handoff to Blunt. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
86 to man, 86 to man. Watching. Don't go. 857.
Again, here's Blunt. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
120.
Check. 3 down.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Hey, we got tight left, tight ends left.
Here we go.
We got 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
I know you feel that.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Here we go. 180.
First down, a run with Smallwood. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Run, fellas, let's run.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Watch tight end, tight right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. 3 down. 3 down.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey,
Let's go. Here we go.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3.
Man left, man left.
Go.
From the shotgun, it's Palmer. Lets it go for Nelson. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more lively passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
It's brought in by Jeffrey. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
4 down, check. 4 down.
Wentz now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Okay, let's get a shout-out real quick in here while we got a second. Jake Elliott, rookie, Memphis, 61-yard field goal to lift the Eagles to victory. Man, that was impressive.
How about that? Only his 2nd game with the Eagles. He'd been drafted by Cincinnati and was actually on their practice squad. Caleb Sturgis gets hurt for the Eagles. They take Elliott off the practice squad late in the week, right before the week 2 game at Kansas City. He shows up, and I asked the special teams coach, I said, well, what do you tell him? What do you talk to him? He said, I don't do anything. I just stay out of the way, let him kick, and ascertain from there. Looks like that strategy paid off really well for the Eagles with that 61-yard game winner in Week 3.
Meanwhile, all the Giants fans just turned off their gaming systems.
Go. 280.
Now Wentz on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Go.
We got
Now Wentz again. And this is Hurts with it, right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Elliott puts this one through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
3 down.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Four down. Check.
Now Williams. And he'll be knocked down sideways. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They run it again with Williams. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Yeah. You don't want none. Let's go.
58, Mike.
Operating from the gun. Palmer. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. John Brown. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown. 60 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Double tight.
120.
On play action, it's Wentz. It's complete. This is Brent Selleck. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility.
Here we go. 280.
Check 13.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 49 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on first down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Hey, partner, let me take you league-wide for a second. Surprised right now that we only have 2 3-0 teams remaining, Atlanta and Kansas City?
After last week's games, yes, because a number of them came in with great momentum, and you thought that that would continue. I thought Tampa Bay would win at Minnesota and continue to be undefeated. You know, I thought that Oakland had a great chance to be undefeated after playing at Washington. But this league, parity is the word, and each and every week you better be ready to play. But with Atlanta and Kansas City, I thought Atlanta, they shook off the demons of that Super Bowl slump right there in the first game against Chicago when they won a close one, and they've elevated since then. In Kansas City, they continue to be red hot. The last couple of seasons, they've been hard to beat.
Tight ends left. Tight ends left. We got 4. We got 4.
On second down, here's Palmer. And Gresham has it left side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Right. Exit.
Let's go. Right 80.
58 to the mic.
On third down, Palmer.
What we got?
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Graham coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. It felt like he was in the pocket all day, never got rid of it.
And when you have that much time, you've got to either find someone open or get rid of it because with that amount of time to throw the ball, that means the offensive line's done a really nice job.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Eagles take possession. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Here we go. 180.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Here's Blunt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So make it 3 field goals for him now, and this last one tightens things up a bit.
And I know that offense is on the sideline right about now, checking out the tablets and saying, man, we let a good chance slip away there. We've got to start finishing some of these drives.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Play action. Now Palmer. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Michael Kendricks from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On 2nd down, Palmer. And he's going to go down again. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack.
Hey, boys, got 4 down.
Cherry.
Play action. It's Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. Has had it ever since he entered campus there and still has it today.
Palmer now off the bootleg. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fitzgerald. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
Williams. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. On third down, Palmer. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The throw is Palmer. And Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Watch number 29, 29. Go. 180.
Single.
Wentz to throw on second down. And this is incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Hey, check.
On first down, Wentz. Going underneath to Blunt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
1st and 10. Here's Wentz. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, we got three. We got three. Three down.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Torrey Smith, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are back within a score. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
And the lead is down to 2. Elliott now to kick this one away. Here's Britton Golden now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They go play action now. Palmer. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Two times. Go. You got 4. You got 4.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And out of bounds, just shy of the end zone at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
First and goal. Defense defense with a pass. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kerwin Williams taking it in from a yard out. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
And they're able to up the lead by one more. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look good.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Torrey Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete.
Take left. Hey. Four down.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Eagles on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Tight right. Solo out there. Check the outs out there. Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
Now Wentz. Got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Tight. Watch left. Tight. Watch left. 4 down.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're in a good spot. 2-possession game barely, but a 2-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch, but they also have the security of the scoreboard. With that type of a lead, even if something goes haywire, they're still in good shape.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Even. 4 down.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Cardinals on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Let go. Line 80.
Check, check. Key at 33, key at 33.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Here we go.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. And he dumps it off to Blunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Looking from the gun, Wentz.
Nice, sweetheart.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Two tights.
3 down.
Down to Amigos Palmer, and that should wrap this one up. And this looks to probably be the final play. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or
little
did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because you know open-air boot, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you traveled with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.